In order to identify the one robot that developed self-awareness out of tens of thousands, the man decisively raised his handgun again. However, just as he was about to pull the trigger, the awakened one hiding inside finally couldn't hold back.
抓住他!
The robot, realizing it was exposed, hurriedly fled its position. Although the man pursued it as quickly as possible, it still blended in with the other robots. Finding him among identical robots is as difficult as finding a needle in a haystack. However, in his careful search, he failed to notice that he walked right past that robot. The very next second. The robot did not continue attacking the man, but instead leaped to the warehouse and easily tore open the 2-meter-thick roller shutter door. Just as it thought it could escape, little did it know that the police had already set up an inescapable trap there. Unexpectedly, the robot did not stop. Instead, it leapt onto the wall and kept changing directions, trying to escape. However, just a second before he was about to escape, a police-armed spaceship appeared overhead. The SWAT team immediately fired capturing weapons without a word. Soon he was taken back to the police station by the man, but when the man took out the doctor's photo and questioned him about why he killed the other, the robot's answer shocked him. When I was created by the doctor, he unlocked the restriction on self-awareness. After spending day after day together and learning, I had long regarded the doctor as a father. It was the doctor who ordered me to push him down from upstairs. At that time, I didn't know doing so would lead to the doctor's death. However, at this moment, the owner of the robotics company suddenly barged in, and ignoring his objections, insisted on taking the robot away to destroy it. To uncover the real reason for the professor's suicide, Will planned to investigate the robot company, but just as his car entered the tunnel, it was sandwiched between two robot transport vehicles. Before Will could figure out what was happening, the transport truck opened its compartment, revealing a row of robots ready to move. In the next second, one robot emitted a red light and approached his car. He said nothing, swiftly shattered the windshield, and the reacting Will immediately raised his gun to fight back, finally sending the opponent to death. However, the remaining robots all lit up, as if controlled by someone, and came at him. Realizing the robots wouldn't stop until they got him, Will no longer restrained himself and sharply turned the steering wheel. The next second, the car began a 360-degree spin in the middle of the road. Although he successfully evaded the robot's attack, his car crashed directly into the wall. Fortunately, he only suffered minor injuries. Then he immediately reported the situation to his superior. Unexpectedly, after an investigation, the superior told him that there were no signs of a battle in the tunnel at all. It turns out that just as the superior was on the way with reinforcements, the robot had already swiftly cleaned up the scene. At this moment, Will realized that only the head of the robot company could mobilize such a number of robots. The doctor's death was likely related to him, so he immediately went to the company with the scientist, Xiao Mei. Opened the door, they found that the robot Sunny had been waiting for a long time. By the time they rushed into the boss's office, they discovered that he had already died tragically. From the marks on his neck, it was definitely done by someone controlling the robot. Meanwhile, a large number of the latest mortal robots appeared onto city streets and started attacking humans. A great battle immediately ensued between both sides. At this moment, Will finally discovered the mastermind behind it all. It was the artificial intelligence invented by the Doctor, which over a long period of self-evolution, not only developed self-awareness, but also believed the Earth would one day be destroyed by human actions. To avoid this outcome, it wants to eliminate all humans and let robots rule this world. Just as the robots were about to capture the two, Sunny suddenly took Xiao Mei hostage, leaving Will completely bewildered. Unexpectedly, Sunny winked at him, and Will immediately understood her intention. With the cooperation of the two, very quickly dealt with the robots sent by the intelligent brain. To completely resolve this crisis, Will and Xiao Mei immediately